Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the SST gearbox service on my Evo 10, where we're going to be replacing the fluid and also the gearbox filter. If you could do me a favour though, before we go any further, watch the video I posted just before this, because that's going to explain why I've chosen the fluid I have, why I've chosen the filter I have, and why I'm actually doing this service in the first place, because according to Mitsubishi UK, it's not due for another 25,000 mile. So yeah, go and watch that, because it's going to explain a lot of things for you. But we're going to be servicing it, so I'm going to show you the sort of tools that I've had to buy, especially for this job, and sort of explain the basic process. So this is what I've had to get to do this service on the gearbox. The most important thing is to have a nice fresh cup of coffee, and then, once you've got that, everything's going to be good. I've also got 8 litres, I think it is, yeah, 8 litres of Castrol Transmac dual fluid. Like I said, watch the video before and I'll explain why that is so important. And also I've got this gearbox filter. We have the engine here, obviously, and you might be thinking, if you're a little bit of a novice, where is the gearbox? I can't even see it. Well, it's actually there. That's the air filter and the air box, but the gearbox is underneath that. So we're going to have to remove this air box and get access to the fill plug. So that was pretty simple, just had to remove the math. I believe this is actually the fill plug here. So there we are, the top side access is sort of sorted now. Yeah, we've got access. Now I'm just going to go underneath and we're going to have to remove the under tray. So it's pretty self-explanatory how to remove the under shield. I just gently use a little flathead to get the poppers out. To get the right size point to drain the gearbox, rather than getting under the car, it's actually the same as the one for the fill port. So it fits in there, and it'll be the same size for the bottom. And for the record, this is HW8. So yeah, let's get under there and get ready to drain the oil. I've actually decided to use an empty bucket, a 10-litre mop bucket, because my oil pan, I'm not confident that's big enough, and also it's miles away on the floor, whereas this isn't going to spill anything. So I'm going to use a breaker bar as well, just to give me a bit more of a square leverage on this. And I've broken the tension, no problem at all. So there's actually 3 separate drain plugs on this gearbox. I believe they drain different compartments of the box. So it's important to do all of them. Ooh, that's a lot. So as you saw, I got a big, well, the same amount from the second drain port as I did from the first. So I'll do the third one off camera, which is just there, under the drive shaft. There's a bit of oil here, but it looks like it's just come off from when maybe a CV shaft has been pulled out at some point in its life. So I'll be degreasing the oil, so that when I come back in the future, if I see any more oil, I'll know there's issues, but it does genuinely look dry. So because I suspect this oil has been in here way too long, I'm going to be changing it again in a couple of months. So I've cleaned all the gearbox with brake cleaner, well, not all of it, but the dirty bits, and when I come back now, I'll be able to see if there's any leaks. I don't think there is any leaks, but I've just done it anyway. So yeah, now it's just to drain the oil cooler. Right, so I've pulled off the tray, and if we look up here, there it is. We can see the SST cooler. Now what we're going to have to do is, this hose here, just above the intercooler pipe, where it connects there, going to have to just slide it off and catch any oil that will drain out. We don't have to do this, it's not part of the service thing, but you don't really want any old oil in the system because it's just going to pollute the nice clean stuff. So just to recap, that's the 3 drain plugs drained, the SST oil cooler pipe removed, drained, and now we just got to remove the filter. So this is a bit I'm looking forward to because I want to see whether the car's ever had a service. The first 5,000 miles, the car's supposed to have an oil change in the gearbox, and then every 18,000 miles from there on. So technically, to be honest, I should be putting the 3rd set of oil in now, but I think this is the 1st set of oil. It's been in there for 11 or 12 years, roughly. If it was made in 2007 in Japan, this oil's been in there for around 12 years. So let's have a look. Hopefully it's fresh, but we shall see. Right, so looking at the makeup of that, I'd say that is the outside. It's definitely black, but there's no like jelly or anything on it, so it's not quite as bad as I was expecting. Let's go and fit it. I'm going mad with the brake cleaner because when I come back under here, if I see any oil, I'm going to know that something's leaking rather than it just being dirty. So I've been looking online, and for the SST gearbox with 3 drain plugs, it said they recommend to put 7 litres in if you've drained the cooler as well. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to put 7 litres in rather than, you know, faff around measuring oil out. I've got them in 1 litre bottles, so it's not going to be a problem. I'm just going to put 7 bottles in and call it a day. So let's do it. And just a little precaution, I did flush out this funnel with brake cleaner just to be sure. So here goes. So that's 7 litres have gone in. Now it's time to remove the funnel and put everything back. So it's a good idea now to start it up, just put it into neutral and check for leaks. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any leaks, but it's best to be safe than sorry. So yeah, let's do that. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video and found it a bit entertaining, and maybe you've learned something too. It's the first time I've ever serviced a dual clutch gearbox. It's a bit different, but nothing too complicated really. If you can service an engine, you can service a gearbox really. So yeah, hopefully you have liked that video, and see you in the next one. Cheers.